Hello and welcome to another exciting endeavor. An Initiative Coffee Company presents a Bards Tale featuring bards. These are weird. Chris, what happened last time on the Bards Tale featuring bards?
Well, we featured some bards, and we featured them in a way that resulted in us interrogating, well, more at least interrogating. Iona interrogated some goblins in her zone of half-truth. And they answered some questions for us. We found out that, what's his name, Varys? Was that the Furbolg, the
Vesper.
forest folk?
Vesper.
Vesper was poisoned by some snake oil. He is now aware that Nadir has something to do with those snake people. Well, vaguely, loosely something to do with, in that he is called snake people by some folk. He has agreed to come with us, and he has sent word out to his folk that, Nadir's not so bad, and that maybe in small doses he can be acceptable. And that if they don't like it, maybe they should just, cover their ears instead of hating him outright. Maybe.
Take some of your own advice. Sure. I mean, what?
Kill yourself. And I think the last thing we did was load up the boat to get out of here.
Mm-hmm. We also insulted the boatman.
You didn't insult them.
Well, you insulted the boatman.
Well, she gave them mushrooms, and I gave them an insufficient amount of coin, apparently. So
It wasn't insufficient. It was a chore. You gave them a chore.
yeah, well. I didn't give them a gift card.
That's true. That's true.
Not valid on Commonwealth.
You go, guys. Go to the
Why
local
did I
Jamba
spend
Juice.
so much money on itchy and scratchy bucks? Yeah, so you guys pushed off on your barge-like boat into the sunset, and the boat guys get about 3 hours offshore before they finally decide that it's time to drop anchor and rest.
Okay.
Union sailors.
The last time that we were on the ocean, bad things happened, and now we're sitting on the ocean.
You're in an island continent, homeboy. I don't know.
Well, you know what I mean, goddammit.
Learn to swim.
Small island nations
We're
are
not
a
high
serious
enough
endeavor.
level to have the airship yet. We're gonna have to wait.
You can start working on building
The
your ship.
water is usually
Your friend.
not the worst.
It's usually not sentient and awful.
Yeah.
Can we... What... Just because I don't know, but what are the dangers of just sailing at night?
Hitting stuff.
So there aren't a lot of, you can go off course pretty easily, but, I mean, with the stars, it helps. The problem you run into is the two people who are
Calm down,
trained to
Moana.
sail are tired.
Yeah.
So the dangers you run into at sailing through the night is them dealing with exhaustion and you not knowing how to do it.
It's fine.
It's not fine?
No, it is.
I would almost prefer to sail at night and rest during the day.
That's
being
something you
that-
need to definitely talk to them about.
Is there anyone around at the moment? Like, can we use... What time of day is it?
Like, night.
It's dark. I can spyglass it up and
Do so.
I can.
Roll a perception check.
I'm on top of the bargee boat thing.
The cabin.
Yeah,
that's
I'm
going to be
on
a
top of the
14.
cabin.
Yeah, you don't see anything.
I
Because
do
it's
the
dark
same.
or because there's nothing there?
You have dark vision.
I know. But, well, does it work like that? Like, it's to a certain...
It doesn't work with a
Footage.
spyglass.
Yeah, I guess not. I don't know. You don't
Cool.
see anything within 60 feet.
Hey, guys, it's dark outside of 60 feet.
Just relax.
I mean, there's starlight.
Yeah.
I check below.
It's not like a
us
pitch black
for
day.
any sort of.
What?
I check below
Below.
Below what? We're on a very
The
small
boat.
boat.
the water.
Oh.
How are you checking below?
And I cast dancing lights
Okay.
and dance them around.
You
them
don't
out.
see anything.
Okay. Any sort of cave.
How are we going to check? By being
What's it
conspicuous.
look like? Is it nice?
The
There's
water?
a turtle.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's clear.
Okay.
You don't really see. There's not like wildlife nearby because most wildlife that's out at night is not gonna like be attracted by
Is it like a
the light from
Yeah.
dancing lights.
is it like a sandy bottom, or are we more reef territory?
It's deep. You know.
How deep?
Ocean deep.
How far does your dancing lights go?
120 feet.
All right. Well, at 120 feet, there is 120 feet of water between you and the dancing lights.
That's what I wanted to know. I come back up. We'll take watch.
But you come back up. So
I
you
think
went in
she
the
went
water?
down.
I think it
with
was implied
them.
that she went swimming.
Oh,
I went beneath. Yeah.
She went with the lights.
that's a whole other story. Nothing happens.
That sounds like the exact same story.
Yeah,
come back
but
up.
not
But with suspense.
right.
I come back up and I say, looks good.
Okay.
It's
It's
coincidentally
super deep.
the same story. It's not.
Oh.
Yeah.
It's a similar story.
I say we take watch and
All right.
they have to rest.
I cast prestidigitation on you, and now you're dry.
Wow.
Wow.
What a good friend.
Great.
I'll take third watch.
First.
Second.
First.
It's me because I'm on top of the barge.
Okay. Sure. So first watch. is uneventful.
Fantastic.
Wee.
Second watch. Equally uneventful.
Well, half as eventful.
As we're trading watches, I just like shoulder check you, but like gently, and I'm like, "How are you?"
Who, me?
Yeah, you.
I'm fine.
Okay.
Never better.
I absolutely believe you.
No.
I go to sleep.
Third watch.
Nadir takes an arrow to the face.
Also uneventful.
Wow.
Wow.
Morning comes. Did you want to talk to them about traveling at night?
Yes. If it comes up between now and our next rest, if we can go through the night and rest during the day, I don't know if that's going to be a problem, or
Maybe
how
we
that
can
works
get
for
sort of
them.
a baton
So
between them.
the boat guys. What are the boat guys' names? Let's see.
Eduardo and Steve.
Eduardo and Steve are both human.
Oh,
So they don't have like a dark vision thing. They think they can probably navigate at night using starlight, but it might take.
no, it's
Longer.
fine.
We're
No, never
just-
mind.
Yeah. We're just as likely to get hit during the day as we are
Sure.
in the night.
One
And
time
during
I
the day,
slept
we'll at least
during
see
the
it
day,
coming.
and
I'd
I
rather
got a
deal
really
with
weird
defenses with
sunburn.
those
It
who
was really
can.
uneven because one side of me.
Because you fell asleep in the sun.
Are you unevenly tanned? Is that what I just missed?
Push you in the water.
It's a new problem to have here on Anathema.
Guys, we can have like a beach party on the boat while we go.
I-
Push.
No,
You don't take your armor off, you sink.
no.
Like, okay.
So 3 days of travel goes uneventfully,
Nice.
and you start to approach what Steve and
Eduardo.
point to a landmass. This is Batten's on that island. Roll perception checks.
Do I get any kind of bonus on kind of spy glasses?
Sure.
Okay, well I
Get
got.
advantage.
Oh, okay. Well I don't really need it. I was just curious.
Sure.
17.
16.
Nope.
14.
22.
14. My bad.
22 plus spyglass.
Sure. So if you rolled a 15 or better, the spyglass doesn't help you a ton, but it's starting to get toward night again.
Batten's on fire.
And the two of them are pretty intent on just like getting to Batten tonight. But you hear the sound of like drums and shouting.
Does it sound like good shouting, like celebratory shouting, or
Roll
terrified
insight.
shouting? It just sounds like noise. to
There's
me.
shouting
There's shouting
and
happening.
drums.
You said insight?
Well, you guys already
Oh,
made the
okay.
roll. So,
Let's just each do it.
yeah, sure.
As we get closer,
Where's the sound coming from? The island itself?
as we get closer, am I able to see anything through spyglass? Any revelry or people running and screaming?
There are people running around.
Do they seem hurried, panicked?
How far away are we?
Like half a mile. You can't really tell like
so they're gonna-
intent from this far out. You can just see like little ant people running around.
Can't do anything until we get to shore anyway.
Yeah. But
There
I-
is a lot of like light coming from the town.
Smoke?
There's some smoke.
Like a lot? Or like there's like a
Like, is
communal
it-
fire somewhere?
Is it a mushroom cloud of smoke, or
There's
is
a
it like
there's
some
a lot
smoke?
of smoke.
Something's on fire.
How good are you all at swimming?
Not.
Not
Terribly.
Way to be prepared.
How good are you
I'm
at
sorry
flying?
we weren't all born underwater, Iona.
Bitch.
I was thinking if you could all swim, well, we could leave the barge out here.
Can I ride on your back like you're a
Rescue.
dolphin?
Still half a mile.
No.
Well-
And
Really would be better if we could ride on your back like a dolphin.
It really would.
Did you bring a saddle?
I am thinking that physically it may happen, but I don't want to do it.
You can borrow a saddle from the pony.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's right.
Sebastian
become
is
incredible-
a wonderful swimmer.
It's true.
He is a wonderful
Maybe.
swimmer.
We'll see.
Next time. What?
No, now push him in.
You pushed me.
Push.
Don't push my pony.
Push him in.
He's a seahorse now.
No.
Well, I suppose we did come here to investigate an occurrence. I think it's best if we sail around.
Ask the boatmen if they know like our best vantage point,
Yeah.
like the best place to sail to put us
Into
as
safe-
near to there as possible.
Or a
Into
safe
port. Or, yeah.
dock.
The dock
The
would be
dock.
the best place to
Okay.
be docked
I
Well,
asked
what if
them,
the dock
and
is
near the town.
dangerous?
Then we'll
It's
fight.
still the best place to see the dock from.
Alright.
It's just dangerous.
I point at the city and I ask Eduardo and Steve if that looks normal.
Not really. We don't often come to Baton, but that seems unusual.
Does it seem bad, ton?
Well, we're a half mile out, so I wouldn't know.
All right, Eduardo, Steve, get the lead out. Let's get full. There's no sails on this barge.
Can
I
you
think.
get on the back of the barge and like kick and push it?
Try to
like
get there as
paddle
fast
barging,
as we can.
We're rowing.
Is it rowing? Is that how
It's
you
like paddle barge. Yeah.
Okay,
Can we
are there more
assist?
bike seats that we
Yeah,
can all
can we
sit on
assist
to like?
to get
They're
to go a
not
little
bike seats.
faster?
It's like a flat like
Oh, I get it.
floorboard of a house, essentially.
But like, are there more
Are there more
paddles?
paddles?
No, you guys didn't ask to leave with extra paddles.
I mean, it's fine.
Can I
Can
just
I-
like
Yeah,
lean
behind
down
and
and
push.
like
Can I sit on the back and use a gust of wind spell?
Sure.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
Jesus.
do that.
Okay. You guys pick up the pace quite a bit
Good.
because it's strong enough wind to push someone 15 feet.
Yeah.
So yeah, you make it you half the distance in about 6 or 7 minutes, and then you half that distance.
it's
in-
like a boat with like
Three.
a
long
mechanical
does that
fan on it blowing at the sails.
Up to a minute.
oh, so you
Wait. Does
don't
it?
half the distance.
Yeah, up to a minute.
So
Well,
you do it
it's-
for a
it's
minute,
some
and you
speed.
get closer.
That's okay.
There you go.
Now she can look at all of us and go, "I did that. Where's your idea?"
Yeah.
You're now like a third of a mile out instead.
Can I? Am I close enough now
Are
to
we gonna take
get
a long
intent through the
rest
spyglass?
before our
or
next
Maybe.
Sure, sir.
battle?
Do it again.
What's going on? Do I just got to roll or?
Yeah, roll perception.
Okey-dokey. It's gonna be a lot.
Okay.
It's like more.
Perception. That's gonna be
No,
20.
he said it was nearing evening,
24.
but they kind of want to get there before.
24.
I still need to read
24. Sure. So you look, and there's not a ton of people right on the dock area. There's like bright light and smoke past the dock area, but it doesn't like people are like running about but you can't really tell. Like,
Are they
not like-
running? Are they running about carrying like
But it is.
buckets?
no,
They're not like trying to douse a fire.
No.
They're just running around.
No.
Are they like wee or like ah?
roll an insight check.
14.
They seem like we.
Oh.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that's better than.
I mean, maybe your
Hopefully.
insight check wasn't that good.
Yeah. All right. Well, tally ho.
Oh, I mean, we
Can
can't,
I,
we
like- can I,
can't
like,
do
The
anything.
music seems more.
Well, there's music now.
Yeah, there were
Well,
drums.
there was.
Oh, there
drums
was
before.
drums. Okay.
And now you can hear the flutes and things
Okay.
on top of the drums.
Oh,
So hopefully it's like a
This-
festival.
maybe an excellent place for us to be, because we're bards.
What?
Or we'll be outplayed.
They're playing music.
Oh.
We play music.
Battle of the Bards.
It's kind of our thing.
Battle of the Bards. Let's do it. We're on it. We're going.
This
It's
is
happening.
the new plan.
Bard stock?
Bards
This is
Tale.
not a thing I prepped for. But that's fine. We'll go ahead and.
Bardella.
Well,
the next-
Bardluza?
For the next 5
Yes.
episodes, we
Oh,
all perform an
Bartoluzza.
original song,
No.
and then the viewers have to vote.
Bardapalooza.
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 Bardapalooza. That's what we're calling it.
No.
We are going into
Bardcella.
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 That's better.
Barding
Bardstock
Man.
is the best of the three.
Barding Man.
It's real good.
Barding Man.
That's good.
There's not
Yeah.
any implicit drugs and sexual assault in this town.
No, illusory spells.
Uh,
Hallucinatory spells.
If you're counting at home, that's the first time today that we've made him go, oh, God.
it's true. So you guys get to dock.
We should put a
It looks
camera.
like there's a good deal of revelry going on.
Wonderful.
I love
You,
revelry.
roll perception checks.
I got
No.
a 20.
7.
14.
Like, nat 20, so a lot.
22.
15.
26.
So the two of you see there's a bunch of like dog heads piked around.
Oh,
Somebody
well,
beat us
bounty's
to
done.
It.
Let's
Yeah,
go home.
We missed it.
Somebody beat us to it. Or it could just be currently
Weird
they have done the
decoration.
thing.
Wait, tell me again what specifically, what was the details that were given?
There was some
Dog.
kind of canine beasts that were stealing livestock from the town.
Oh, okay. I say we find out if word has gotten back that the problem's taken care of. Otherwise,
I say we also find out if the problem has been taken care of permanently.
permanently, but also if it did, we can still take credit for it.
No.
A
Are
bounty's
they
a
regular
bounty.
dog heads?
They look different.
Bigger? How much
Like
bigger?
wolf heads or like dog heads?
like wolf heads. Maybe like the size of warg heads, but they're not like the way that they're positioned via the neck is weird because the head is above the neck instead of in front of the neck.
Let's go check it out.
Is
Turn
there-
back to the guys of the boat. I don't know if this is a safe place to dock.
It is the
Perhaps.
safest
fine.
place to
Is
dock.
it?
Sure.
It is.
Can I
Okay.
roll like a nature or anything?
For what?
Try to figure out what the dog heads used to belong to.
Oh, they're gnolls.
Oh, okay.
They're gnolls.
You know they're gnolls.
They're gnolls.
You don't know they're gnolls.
I don't know their
You've
gnolls.
never seen them before.
I'm speaking as LaTia, not as Lotus.
They're gnolls.
Oh, what's it?
Now you know.
They're like dog people.
Oh,
They're kind of dicks.
okay.
Sure. Okay, well,
I hop off the boat.
maybe Vesper should stay with the boat.
Vesper is already off the
As you
boat.
say, we did tell
Oh.
Vesper this was going to be
Nobody
an
should
adventure
stay
and an
with the boat.
exploration thing. Don't make him
That's
stay
true.
on the
Maybe
boat.
you don't understand this, Iona, but land dwellers don't like being on boats.
Are you going to face-blame to her? Is that what you're doing right now?
Yeah.
I'm walking into
I
town.
am just worried because there is a lot of
Vesper walks with you.
money on
Okay.
this boat
I'll walk with them.
that
Thank
we
you,
have
because
to
I'll
bring
need you to
back because it
translate.
doesn't belong to
Oh,
us.
yeah, you don't speak the language probably.
Well,
Not
the
much.
shipment.
Okay.
I know.
Vesper speaks.
I know
Short.
basic language and how to ask where the outhouse is.
Donde está la biblioteca?
That's no.
That's
Yeah,
not
I
the
know.
bad.
That's not the
I'm
bathroom.
aware it's the library.
No. We don't do that in the library.
Maybe you don't.
Nadir and hobos do that in the library.
What?
There's always a quiet
You
spot.
enter town.
I'm looking.
There's a big celebration going on.
Ooh.
Like,
I'm gonna ask like the nearest party goer, like, why is everybody so happy? Like, what's going on?
oh, some folk from Commonwealth came and eliminated our null threat.
Oh, good.
So we're celebrating them.
We were given that option too, but we came, I guess, a little bit too late.
I suppose you did. Yeah.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
Can you ask them how many null they found?
How many? I mean, is this the heads? Is that all of them, or?
No, apparently there were about 30 of them.
Oh.
Some of them had skeletal nulls.
Wow.
Skeletal
Who are
null.
these heroes? I want to meet them.
Oh, they're seated at the place of honor. They've got their own table.
Ooh.
We're feasting.
Scope them out.
Sure.
It's the Emerald Blades.
It most likely is.
So you guys head into town and you see at a table, there's like 6 people at the table. There's 2 humans, a half elf, 2 elves, and a dwarf.
Do we recognize any of them?
You don't.
I don't.
You
Specifically?
don't.
I lean over. What are these heroes' names?
Well, the leader is named Bother, and he came and he freed this town from the terrible threat of gnolls.
I mean, I'm going to translate that to you so that
We heard bother.
so that your reaction can now inform
Names
me.
don't.
Okay. Yeah, great. Ooh. why the reaction to that? Share with the rest of the class.
Just a guy we
Maybe.
know.
He is an immense piece of garbage.
The hugest.
Why?
Go talk to him.
Yeah.
Piece of garbage. He saved our city. He saved our
I'm
town.
speaking a language she doesn't understand.
What language are you speaking?
Volcommon.
Okay.
She speaks Volcommon?
It's a town full of people from the Empire. Yes.
All right.
Yeah.
Oh,
okay.
we don't need a translator.
No.
He's
Hooray.
a piece of garbage.
We're in an
He saved
imperial
our town.
That's great. He's still a piece of garbage.
Human filth. We've known him from before he came here.
Oh, he can't be that bad. I'm gonna go buy him a drink.
I will no longer speak to you.
What?
The greatest betrayal.
The person you've been talking to and asking about this seems very like distraught and kind of off-put and storms away from you.
Good.
Peasant.
Wow.
I'm just kidding.
Wow.
I want everyone to know.
Yeah.
No, I'm just kidding.
You're an elitist douche. Got it.
JK.
So yeah, you guys are in town, and you have recently found out that Bother Greychin led the expedition to eliminate this null threat.
Yeah. Yes.
And that he's a garbage person, apparently.
That's great.
Who are his friends?
Who are you asking?
Yeah.
The lady that you call a peasant went away.
The
Yeah.
next-
She's gone.
I didn't actually call her a peasant.
No, but she's still gone away.
It was a joke.
Sure.
I asked the next person.
No one's talking to you.
Classism isn't funny.
They're keeping their distance because you have insulted their folk hero.
I didn't.
As a group,
So who wants to just bed down for the night and go home? Anybody? Anybody? I'm good for that.
I'm gonna find this
I-
great chin guy.
Yeah, I go up to the head table too.
I
Okay.
refuse.
That's fine.
I'm gonna go find the nearest bar and teach some people how to play Rat Tail.
sure. So there's not like a big town. It's not a huge town. This town holds about 60 people.
You should bold your details.
Yeah, well, 60 people live in the town. There's a lot of like alcohol at the timber mill currently. It seems like that's where they like stationed everything to be like the focal point of the party.
Cool. Well, get me some whiskey.
There is whiskey.
But is there whiskey?
There's also whiskey.
I'll take one.
Okay.
Nice.
It's on the house tonight because they're celebrating the noble deeds of Bother Greychin and his mighty 5.
I'm gonna give them a couple copper as a tip.
Thank you.
Every time someone says Bother's name,
I don't know this guy from Adam, so whatever.
I go up to The
I
heroes.
get free whiskey.
Yeah, I'm going to.
Everybody get you a free whiskey.
I separate from.
I'm
the
gonna,
group.
I'm getting Lotus a free whiskey
I
too.
follow him, but I also accept the whiskey.
I hear congratulations are in order.
Oh well, we took care of those pesky natives. They were raiding the village, and we went ahead and dealt with them accordingly.
Suddenly, Brian got loud.
Wow.
I
there's
suppose
a
you
very loud
did.
person.
I see them on pikes. It's
Well,
quite a display.
sure.
Who are you?
Well, I'm Bother Graychin. I'm the leader of this expedition.
And who are your expedition mates?
I don't know, who are they?
Who are they? Ooh. There's 4 left.
5.
5. You
2
said
humans.
2 humans.
Or I'm sorry, 2 humans, 2 elves, and a half elf.
Okay. 2 humans, 2 elves, and a half elves. Well, the humans are obviously a brother and sister team. Their last name is Hatchet Smash.
Their last name is Hatchet Smash.
Hatchet Smash. And
Clearly a
they're-
pseudonym.
The
all right.
Hatchet Smash twins.
Yeah, and of course they're twins, so their names are obviously going on the Hatchet Smash thing, keeping with the alliteration. It's Hallie and Hank Hatchet Smash.
Hallie and Hank Hatchet Smash. That's true.
Right.
They have
need to write that
the
down.
they have the criminal background because those are clearly pseudonyms.
Hank and Ellie.
Hallie and
Mason
Hank
can't write
Hatchet
that.
Smash.
Wow.
Somewhere, someone just got the name of their next indie game character.
Oh man.
The Hatchet Smash twins. Super Hatchet Smash brothers.
The half elf seems quiet. His name is trying not to think of things that are
Human.
stupid. Yes. The half elf's name is Hugh Man with 2 N's.
Damn, there goes one of my ideas.
And the elves work together, but
Crossed you
there
out of your
are no
list.
relations. And being elves, they're a little hoity-toity. So the one's name is definitely
My pens. Reginald.
Yes, Reginald Whisperleaf.
Oh.
And the other one is
That's a mage name if I've ever heard it.
Eleanor Elia,
Eleanor Elia.
but she just goes by E. And her last name is Pip.
Pip.
Eleanor Elia Pip.
Eleanor Elia
They
Pip.
really front-loaded the name on that one.
Yeah.
That is
Every hour of birth, they gave her another consonant.
it started.
Ooh.
It started with Eleanor, and then
That's a good rule.
Mr. Graychin, we're bards from the college, and this sounds like it would make an amazing tale, or maybe even a song.
Indeed, it will.
I
We'll be sure to report it to the college superiors.
but we're here right now.
It's a tale that
It's
can't
that
be
different
trusted to a novice, young man. I apologize.
Well, can you at least tell me how many of the townsfolk were slaughtered in the initial attack?
Excuse me. This is not a novice. This is Skylark the Everfree.
Afraid I don't know what that means, ma'am.
Then you.
Your middle
Are a
name is
fool.
the?
Well, I don't really have a middle name, so to speak.
So his name is not Skylark the Everfree. The Everfree is more of a title then.
I'm just watching this all
Yeah,
happen.
a title that is only given to someone who's not a novice. So tell him
My
your
name
tale if you want
is
an
Bother
ex-
Graychin, and my title is Slayer of the Gnolls that plagued Batten.
That's very long.
I
If
didn't-
you
I
want
didn't
an
assign it to
excellent
myself.
tale told, tell this one. If you want some sort of illustrative garbage that's going to be done by the intellectuals at the college, you save your story for later. But if you want an
Are
excellent...
you suggesting that your superiors at the college are somehow inferior to you in skill and ability?
Not to me, to Skylark.
Oh,
Interesting to know.
Bold.
it is her opinion, which I do not share.
Can I roll a persuasion?
You can.
It's still a 19.
All right. So you seem persuasive. And he looks at you and he says, if I was really concerned about the wills and reputations of a native, I would have taken it up with the gnolls.
Damn, bitch, you cold.
Mr. the Everfree, is it?
You can just call me Sky.
Sky. You are a peculiar man, you know that? I am curious about you. But at the moment, we are busy feasting to our wild success. I'm not prepared to tell the story. We have to let it digest and culminate before we really spill it out. Leave it to say, before we arrived, 12 people from this town were slaughtered by gnolls. And after we arrived, none. We went out and slayed the 36 gnolls, the 6 of us, 6 to a man, pretty successfully, until their skeleton guys came. And we killed them too.
How are you going to prove to people back home that you're the ones who did this? I heard tell that there's plenty of people out with this bounty.
Well, the messengers from Batten have already been sent.
How long ago?
This morning.
And who was sent as a messenger?
The gang
I
commits
wouldn't
mail
know.
fraud.
Yeah, that's what I was going for.
I wouldn't know.
And exactly what did you give these messengers to tell your tale?
Well, I gave them a signed letter from Colton Haywood, the mayor of Batten.
Where's he?
She likes to ask questions.
Well, he's overseeing the dispensary of fine liqueurs, ma'am.
Ah. Very good. I go talk to him.
Oh, one more thing, Mr. Gratian, before we go.
Yes, sir.
Do you happen to have met the Schweinsteigers here?
Schweinsteigers. You know, I didn't get many names while we were here. We just came to do a job. And now that the job is done, it doesn't really matter who celebrates us, so long as someone does, if you catch my drift.
Well, of course. Keep the drinks flowing.
Absolutely.
And good night to you.
I go back and find you two. I say,
I'm nowhere to be found.
He's all together.
Who
of course.
to?
well,
Roll an investigation
Whoever
check.
wasn't with you?
While while they were doing that, I switch into one of my disguises,
Which one?
the hag.
Oh.
What?
I don't mean like a monster, like fearful presence hag. I mean like just a street hag.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's different.
Yes. Very.
You might live through this one then.
Yeah. Since Lotus followed me, though, I have more. If you want a disguise as well.
Sure.
Ass end of a horse.
What you got?
Hey, if you let me know.
No. I pull out a garb for like a druid warrior.
Okay.
And I'll wear a mask with a happy face.
I just imagine you picked up like a paper plate and like drew a smiley face on
It's
it.
either
and got
that,
some
and then I
string.
pull out what looks like a ghillie suit, and it's like full of like leaves that are really oddly colored.
You know, I'll just
You could be a tree.
I'll just disguise self. And I'll look like a half elven woman. Dark skin, dark hair, piercing green eyes. Elegant, but not like it's got to fit the city. So, I guess something that's not ripped. And I'll just go with it that way.
Cool. I will also cast Disguise Self, and I will turn into an old woman
Okay.
and shrink a foot.
Oh, so the disguise is just clothes. Okay.
No, yeah, the disguise is just a costume. Yeah.
no.
I thought maybe you were like makeup artisting yourself. And,
Are you an old elven woman?
No, just
Just an old woman?
human woman.
You just come
Okay.
out, you look like you're in drag.
You're my grandma.
Nobody knows.
It's an illusion, so I look like an old woman, sweetie.
Sure. So you're an old human woman and a not so old elven lady.
Well, I'm half elf. I'll be.
Oh, half elf.
Yeah, I'm a half elf.
Sure.
So I'm like, what? I'll be like 63. I'll look about 63.
Sure. Yeah, that's fine.
Cool.
You are thoroughly disguised. You, for the life of you, cannot find your friends.
Do people treat me different?
Define people.
Am I ostracized?
am I a
Am I being
marginalized group now?
Ostracized in the village? Just general people. I mean, obviously by that dickweed, but
Right. The rest of the people don't seem. They seem interested because you look different than they're used to, but they're not
Okay.
like. It's not like a judgmental interest. It's like,
okay.
what are you? That's
Oh,
interesting.
okay.
Like,
Is anybody infatuated with her? Like,
not today.
Like
the
number
random
4?
things that
Like,
keep
no,
happening?
number 4. It was number
Number
4.
four.
Wasn't
Not
there another
today.
one?
No, number 4 was the infatuated one.
I thought there
One was trying to
another one.
please her because he wanted to be better than
think
number
that was
4.
one was
George.
doing
that
the
could be what I'm
actual
thinking
work.
of.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
George was doing all the work, and number 4 was getting.
I
paid.
saunter over to the mayor.
Saunter.
Yep.
Da,
Saunter.
da, 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 da.
I heard that these heroes saved your village.
That is the celebrate. That is the reason for the celebration today.
I
Miss-
arrived too late to hear the story. Would you tell it to me?
Surely, Miss.
He wants her
I
name.
would be happy to tell you the story. We were being molested by vicious canine monsters, and
Sounds like a
these
personal
fine
problem.
6 folk came at the will of the Emerald Blades to defend our fair town, and eliminated apparently upwards of 35 monsters.
Apparently, they didn't.
Impressive.
What proof do you have that they're all gone?
Well, we sent runners out to the camp, and there were
Look
none
at
left.
the heads, Iona.
There's also several heads of gnolls.
Several, but not all, I imagine. Are you sure that the problem is gone?
Well, they haven't started to raid yet today.
I heard that there were some casualties.
We did lose a few people over the week or so before they arrived, yes.
That's a shame.
Indeed it is, my boy.
I imagine that there's some sort of haul that they're bringing back with them, some sort of reward.
They'll be rewarded when they return to Commonwealth, I assume.
But I'm sure you're loading up their boat with some sort of supplies. I'd like to also add in my gratitude.
We weren't planning on. We don't have much left to. Well, I suppose we're planning on sending them a few pork loins, a couple of steaks. We do 2 things in this town. We do livestock and lumber.
And you do it well.
I think so.
So where would their boat be if I wanted to drop off my my
Probably be at the dock.
Do you know, does it have any sort of symbol? How can I know that it's theirs?
Well, it's the only sailing vessel at the dock most of the time. The vessels that are there are rowboats for fishing, or sometimes barges for carrying goods.
Wonderful. Okay.
Did we leave
You've
anybody
been
with our
very
barge?
helpful. Thank you.
Bargeman.
Okay, just them.
And I
Hey,
leave.
Mr. Mayor.
Who are you?
Thank you. And I leave.
She's Iona.
No.
She lives under the sea.
Under the sea, you say?
Someone roll up a newspaper. Ban Skylar.
And my name is
No.
Skylar.
He can't lie.
I'm looking for some family in town.
Family, you say?
Do you know the Schweinsteigers?
I do.
Really? They're here.
They are. They have a farm on the south side of town. They are pig farmers.
Yeah, that's right.
Yep.
Oh my gosh. I need to go find them. Thank you.
You're welcome,
And off goes
Skylark.
Yeah. My mommy and daddy.
Oh, boy.
Anyone else just feel real uncomfortable?
Yes.
Yeah.
Someone should go with him.
Oh.
But I have vengeance.
What do you have vengeance for?
I'm gonna go kick everything off of their boat into the water and then leave a note that says
In the
maybe
river.
the natives can help you find it.
In the river.
I'm running to the south side of town.
Iona, conversely, kill him?
They are working with
I just wanted to see how
animals.
far you were willing to go. That's all. That's all.
It's a bit too far.
Your hesitance is actually comforting to me.
Exactly. I feel a little bit better about sleeping anywhere near you now.
You're gonna head to the docks then?
Yeah.
Sure. So you get to the docks, and there is a sailing vessel with 3 people aboard.
I wait. And I think about it. What does a sailing vessel look like?
Like a small sailboat.
Is all of this stuff near the edges of the boat?
No.
How far does the boat stick out of the water? Like to the rim?
What?
Like if someone was like really good at
Have
breathing
you seen
underwater.
a sailboat? Like,
I've
She's asking-
seen
she's asking how
lots of
deep it is.
sailboats. I'm wondering if I can get
it's
into
like
the
a
water.
19-foot sailboat.
Iona.
Are you there?
Yeah, no, I've been following.
Okay.
Uh,
That's creepy.
What you do, all right? You go get like a corkscrew, or something. You just drill a couple holes in the bottom.
That's what I'm doing. I will stealth my way into the water. Fuck with the bottom of their boat.
And I go just as far away as possible from the dock.
Yep.
Sure.
If it takes a while, that's fine.
Sure. Roll a stealth check.
Okay.
God, what are all these trident-shaped holes in our boat?
That's a 19.
Okay. You are very stealthy. Roll a perception check.
No. It's a 9.
9. Okay. As you stealth your way into the water, you look up and you see on the stern of the boat, it says the Glass Shores Defender, the pride of the Emerald Blades.
Property of Emerald Blades.
Well done.
I sink below the water to contemplate my next move.
What are,
I'm like alligator style. Yes, exactly. Like,
how long do you, because after a certain point, because I went back to, if you don't like come back, I'm gonna like sneak back around and just kind of like
I
keep an eye out
What
for
time
you.
frame is that?
That's what I'm asking her. Like, how long is she like thinking?
Well, how
Oh,
long would you be? How long would you wait before you investigated?
I feel like knowing you, if you're not back or there's not a commotion inside of like 15 minutes, I'm probably gonna sneak my way back over and just kind of keep an eye out for you
oh, okay.
and see if you're just still there, but like stewing underwater grumpily.
So what are the two of you doing then? You're disguised as old and somewhat old ladies.
Yeah.
Isn't 60
I think
something
we
like
should
not that
steal
old right now?
their prize gold.
But they weren't getting prize gold. They were going to get it back at Commonwealth.
Then I think we should embarrass him publicly and make him look like an ass.
I'm okay with this.
Okay.
The gang commits mail fraud.
Not so much mail fraud.
I ask if you know how to cast suggestion.
Let me think. I don't believe I do. I don't.
This will be fun.
I do, but I'm not there.
Yeah. I don't have that.
We did it. I did this to him once before. It's great. You're gonna love it.
Oh, I'm very excited to see what made him so angry at me.
I'm gonna join the festivities as Morgana.
Is Morgana?
Yes.
All right.
I'm just gonna kind of hobble over. You know.
Do you have the card for disguise self?
I'm just imagining like the Hocus Pocus witches like going through the crowd, just.
But I'm gonna head up to like the champions table and
Cool.
ask to be regaled with the story.
With the story. All right.
You get bumped by Skylar.
As he's running.
Sorry, old lady. Sorry.
It's okay.
So I need you to make deception checks
Both of
For
us.
what?
for speaking,
Okay.
because that does not allow you to take on the voice of
That's fine.
another person.
I
just
assume
because.
that he's a person and can change his voice like I just did.
Yeah.
Through the magic of vocal cords.
Make a deception check.
Do I get advantage because I'm...
Sure.
bully? That is a 24 deception.
That could have gone so much differently for you.
It could.
So you are infiltrating the crowd, disguised as
Not the crowd.
Morgana, the ancient
the
lady.
the table for where Bother
The
and
ancient
his
one.
Oh, okay.
compatriots are at.
I'm just kind of, I'm hanging back. I'm probably like within 30 feet of you or something. Like I'm just milling around. My disguised self more or less is my same shape. I'm like hiding my tail, like my tail's like curled around my leg or something so that it's not smacking people.
Sure.
And my feet look like heels so that it, you know, like I'm wearing heels.
So your awkward steps make sense.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
I let him
as
take the lead. He's better at this than I am.
I ask him to regale me with the story of what they did. I'm assuming he repeats much of
You
the
see.
same, like it's...
Knolls were attacking the village. You know, you were here. We came in and we wandered off into their camp. There were 42 of them. Killed them all. It was magnificent.
I heard that you once were in prison. How did you come to turn your life around so much?
Fred, I've never been in prison. I don't know what you mean.
Oh. Well, the people talk, you see, and they said that you got into an altercation with the Emerald Blades. I'm a lonely hag, and I want to be a hero like you.
I'm afraid it may be too late, ma'am. Woof.
Too late.
There was an altercation I had with a guard. A foul, immaterial being came and cast a terrible charm upon me. I covered the Emerald Blades guardsmen, and unfortunately the brains I was tanning for my tanning work. And I spent the night in jail, but I've never been to prison, no.
Oh, my. Terrible beings, those materials.
I have to say, we'll be better off when we find a way to move them along, if you will.
You have an opportunity here, no? You have a platform where everyone listens to you. Why don't you take this opportunity to tell them of the beast amongst us, of the materials, to keep the townsfolk safe, incite a riot?
And I cast suggestion.
Yes!
Made a save.
Because art.
Well, miss, you know, we're all here to celebrate. We're not here to deal with the political problems that are caused by select groups of people. I think that the immaterials present themselves negatively enough that we don't really have to worry too much about exposing them for what they are. They do a pretty good job of that on their own.
He straightens his "Make Commonwealth Great Again" hat.
Right?
Oh, that seems fair.
Does he know after you cast suggestion?
No, he doesn't. I was reading to that just now to find out, but no, he doesn't.
I cast
I
minor
didn't expect
illusion to
him
make
to
him
make it.
fart.
Oh,
Audibly.
if only I was a few
Lotus
levels
is just
higher.
watching you like,
Give me a second. Let me recover from this.
Well, perhaps I can buy you a drink, and maybe we'll talk again later.
Well, ma'am, tonight the drinks are free,
Oh,
so I don't
order
need you to
some
buy me
dwarven
one.
holy water from the whoever's doling out the drinks, and I start giving them to him and his compatriots.
Sure. He drinks them happily.
Okay.
His compatriots are awfully drunk, but being a dwarf, he has a tolerance to it.
Okay. I'm going to spend some time, and I'll tell Lotus to do the same. Whenever their cups are empty, just put another dwarven holy water on the table near him.
Sure. I will do that.
Keep them filled.
I will do that for a certain amount of time. Just, passing out drinks.
Not passing them out, just to him.
Oh, just to him.
I want him, every time he takes his shot of the holy water, I want him to have another. Enough so that it might make him disadvantaged on will saves if I tried to do this again.
He won't drink that much.
Aw. Dwarven constitution. Dagnabbit.
What are his other compatriots, you say?
There's a
Hallie and Hank,
Hallie and
Red
Hank
Hatchet
tried to smash.
the humans. Hugh Man, the half-elf, and Reginald Whisper and E. Pip.
Reginald Whisper Leaf.
Okay.
Someone just died in the booth.
I'll turn to the twins.
and I'll say, surely you agree that with Bother and his righteous campaign against the immaterials,
We don't really have a preference one way or the other.
That's Hallie talking.
She said
Hallie
that.
talks
We
like
don't really have a preference one way or the other.
No,
I
no,
like the
no,
other
it's
one.
Hallie.
Yeah.
Hallie's got a deep voice.
Such a Hallie. Classic Hallie. And I kind of look at the rest of the party to see if there's anyone else who's like kind of gung-ho about
They all kind of looking at like
lynching them.
Hugh and Hank are mostly unconscious. They're awfully drunk. Reginald and E both seem indifferent. They kind of lean in, and his personal crusades are his own business, but he's a good general and a good commander in a fight. So we follow him for odd jobs here and there.
Okay. Damn it.
He's quite the skilled bounty hunter. One of them leans in and says, thief taker, bounty hunter, thief taker. They have a little argument between themselves.
Slip out of that argument gracefully
Yeah.
or haggily.
As graceful as a hag can do.
She creaks.
Hobble away.
You hear the bones go as you walk away.
Grace.
Doesn't make
She
any
died
sense.
30 years
having
ago.
trouble closing the deal.
Perhaps, is there anything I can do?
Ooh, hold on. Is there anything you can do?
I don't know. That's why I'm asking you.
That's what I'm looking up. Oh, you're a fucking blade.
I'm sorry that's what I chose to be at the
Yeah,
college.
I needed like Lotus for this one.
I am Lotus.
No, I mean Iona. Sorry. I needed the other one. Oh.
Perhaps we should call this a wash.
Can't you just suggest him again?
I'm gonna do it one more time just for the hell of it, but I gotta talk to him. That's the problem.
He seems indifferent to you. After you like shimmy away, he doesn't look like he's going to engage in conversation with
Sure,
you.
he doesn't have to talk to me. I have to talk to him.
Well, all right, enjoy your celebrations, my lords. I'm a weary old woman and I must away. I do wish you would reconsider.
Oh, I don't think that's necessary, ma'am. I think it's time for you to make a move on.
Oh, I agree. These weary old bones won't carry me
kinda
all
like-
afternoon.
Points to some people around you, and they kind of start to like.
I come up. I come up.
The
And
bouncers
come
are
on,
trying to
grandmother. Come
remove
on. It's time to go.
Goodbye. Make sure you try and remember your campaign because
And I'll cast suggestion with this next sentence or two.
immaterials must be wiped clean from this must be wiped clean from this earth, and you must build an army for your sick crusade against them.
And I'll leave immediately after saying that.
Oh, grandmother, I think you've had too much to drink.
Yes!
You watch as you like leave, and he's like pondering in his head. He gets out a notepad and starts writing.
I lead you
Is that
away.
the only thing he's going to start doing? Mm-hmm. I said to lead to gain an army for it. Now he's just going to sit there and write. He has to
considering
pursue that goal for the next 8 hours.
He's planning. Like building an army is not just a hey, join my army. There's a lot of planning
Right,
involved.
Ivan et Niage.
He'll get his comeuppance within the next 8 hours, maybe.
Man.
Come on, grandmother. I
If
think
not-
it's time to go.
All right. So we'll go find an inn in bed because it's nighttime.
I
Nothing
gave him-
apparently.
I suggested he do a thing.
a monster.
You made fantasy Hitler. Great job.
Right.
Dear.
Fantasy Trump.
Skylar, what are you doing?
Tomato, tomato.
I'm running as fast as I can to the south side of Baton to
Sure.
these
So the
farms.
town's not huge. You sprint to the south side of Baton. You see like a few fields. There's 3 or 4 different like farmhouses with like stables. All of them are apparently hog farms, with the exception of one. You see some strange small buffalo type creatures penned in.
These are cute.
Does the smell of pork hit you and all your memories come flooding back?
Live pork, yeah. I'm gonna start running from house to house, excitedly. I'll open the door and
Middle of the night, he's just opening
Surprise.
doors.
Most of the houses are empty. It seems like most of the town is celebrating.
Okay.
They were just liberated from hordes of
Words of
gnolls.
Knowles.
So you don't remember. You don't really have a frame of reference for how like festive your folks are because you haven't seen them in 13 years.
It's true.
So they're older. You don't. You might be able. They might. It seems to you that they might have gone to bed, but unless you want to go like house to house, like searching bedroom to bedroom,
Does he not remember what his childhood home looks like?
this isn't his
isn't
childhood
the
home.
They okay. I got it.
Perhaps they relocated.
I don't know. I mean,
Yeah,
I'm not
that's
really
what you
in
want
my
to
right
do.
mind right
Yeah,
now,
that's
so-
fine. So you end up like barging into a bunch of houses and like opening bedroom doors and things.
You see some things.
You don't see the first 3 houses are empty. The 4th house you go into, you head to like the bedroom area and you like barge in the door and you see an older couple like terrified, cowering in bed.
Please
The
don't
wife
hit
looks at the
us.
husband and she says, "The gnolls are back! The gnolls are back! They've returned!"
I'll go. You're not me, Ma.
No.
Quick way to stop fear.
Wait,
We
you know where the
haven't-
Schweinsteiger house is?
Well, we are the Schweinsteigers. Who are you?
I'm Guy.
She kind of like takes a step back in bed, so like scoots.
She gets
And,
closer to the pillows.
The man that's there looks at you and he says, "That's no laughing matter, young man. Our son died close to 20 years ago, 15 years ago."
You don't even remember how many years ago I died?
15 years. The calendar got a little wonky when the sun came. Fire moon, I'm sorry.
Fire moon.
That pesky fireman.
Da, it's me. I brought you back your axe. I'm sorry I took it.
He looks up at you and says, well, this is my axe, but I don't... Where did you find this, boy?
I took it into the forest to chop wood for the fire. And, well, there was a fairy. And I know I've been gone for a long time, but I can explain everything. It's just quite a tale.
This isn't a very funny joke you're telling, young man. I don't know who you are or who you think you are coming into my home in the middle of the night, talking about the ramblings of a dead boy 15 years past. Now, you seem to know an awful lot about my boy, but you sure don't look like him.
Well, I've changed. I can see you've changed too. But I'm not going to give up on you just because you got some story in your head that I'm dead. I ain't dead. I'm standing right in front of you. I've come home. I want to make amends.
He kind of looks to his wife, and she doesn't have any idea what to do. Neither one of them do. He says, well, perhaps this is something better sorted out in the light of day.
I'll come back. I'll show you I'm your son.
Maybe you will. That's possibly a good idea. We're not in a place at the moment to deal with this one way or the other.
It's good to see you. Missed you. And he just walks away with his head hung down.
Okay. Iona, how long are you waiting in the water before you make the decision whether or not to destroy Emerald Blade's property and sink the boat of Bother Grachan?
I'm no longer going to sink the boat. It's not his, it's the Emerald Blade's. And, but what I am going to do is pop up from the water by the bow, grab the nose, and gust of wind down the line of the boat, blowing whatever will be unhinged
Whatever isn't nailed down.
off the boat.
Sure.
And then we'll take a javelin I have prepared with a nice vellum note on it, and I'll go right in the mast. And it does say, maybe you can ask the natives to help you get it back.
So you pull up and you cast Gust of Wind, and like 3 things blow off the deck of the boat into the water.
What kind of things, though?
Like
People.
loose paper.
Literary.
And you watch as your javelin sticks straight into the mast. And 3 guys on the boat like look at the javelin. And they look at you. They kind of like, what?
How wide is the boat?
Like 25 feet wide. No, not 25 feet wide. Like 15 feet wide.
So most of them are under the effect of the spell as well.
Oh, jeez.
Sure. So 2 of them goes sailing off into like the back wall where the captain's cabin is. Mm-hmm. And then the one stands in the wind, kind of looking at you confused.
Push some stuff off the boat for me.
He takes.
I rolled
What are you rolling?
persuasion,
Oh,
and I rolled a 24.
sure. So he grabs the javelin out of the mast and walks over to the edge of the boat and like drops it, kind of like shrugs.
I moved the spell into his face.
Yeah, he gets pushed. He's like already against the back wall, but he's
Okay.
like,
I get up onto the boat. I push a few things off the boat.
there's like nothing on
nothing on
the
the-
deck
There's
of the
nothing
boat.
on the
It's all gonna be
boat.
below deck.
It's all below deck.
You don't keep stuff above deck on a boat.
For this reason.
I get that you're a sea person, but come on.
I was hoping there'd be stuff up there.
Is
Anna's
this is this happening after my 15-minute marker of coming back and keeping an eye out for you? Because I would love to be laughing at this.
So you come back and you see Iona holding a trident in one hand, blasting wind at somebody on this boat in the other, just furious. And he's like, roll an insight check.
If you moved, you could like push them off the boat.
It's gonna be a 14.
You're sure that she's attacking the crew of this boat?
Oh God.
Gosh.
I'm gonna walk up to the boat. I'm gonna not stand in your gust, and I'm gonna yell, "Hey!" I figure it's loud because of the wind. Can you not? Guys, I'm really sorry about this. Let him go. Let him go.
I take the spell down.
Come here. What are you doing?
Roll a
Apparently-
perception check.
It's gonna be a 17.
22.
You guys both notice as these three individuals are in full Emerald Blade uniforms.
Yep.
Heck!
I'll deal with you in a minute. Guys,
What is her problem?
I am so sorry.
Why?
She isn't from around here.
Clearly.
So she has a bit of a temper. I know. Specifically with regard to when she feels entitled to something and she doesn't get it.
Such as?
Well, so it's my understanding that she had words with Bother. With Bother? And Bother was less than kind to her, said some racist things, and she doesn't.
So, why didn't she take it up with Bother?
Well, it's a little public over there right now, and she doesn't think things through ever. I'm really sorry.
Roll a persuasion check.
Oh, I'm not trying to be persuasive, but okay.
You
I
absolutely.
mean, well, so it's gonna be a 27.
Sure.
I'm so sorry. We're gonna have words, her and I. What can I do to make this right? We don't.
Get her off the boat.
Iona, hoof it. Get out of here. We have a bit of a relationship with the Emerald Blades. I wouldn't like this to be a known thing back in Commonwealth. Anything I can do to make that happen? I can help.
Is there anything you can do
I can help.
for us to not report your companion assaulting 3 Emerald Blades
Okay, it sounds
on
real bad
Emerald Blades
when
property
when you put it that way. It does.
and throwing a javelin at one of them?
She
it
threw a
at you.
javelin at the sail.
He doesn't know that.
Fair. This won't happen again. if you could see your way clear to not reporting this, I will make sure we take care of this. It won't happen again. I'll give you some gold so you can get the sail fixed, get a whole new sail, whatever. I just want to smooth that over.
Who are you?
My name is Nadir. I'm with the Bard College. We were actually sent here by, what was that guy's name? He was with the Emerald Blades. We were told about the bounty. We wound up getting waylaid by some other things. Didn't make it here in time. But I'm real sorry. She acted of her own accord on this. We'll take care of it. I just don't want there to be larger repercussions.
This is just not a respectable thing to do.
I completely agree with you, like 1,000%. This is unacceptable and
Reasonable people don't blast people with wind on their own boats.
Believe me. I agree.
Reasonable people don't come out of the water to do it.
Yeah, no, she's, like I said, she's not from around here. I think that she forgets that things above water are very different than below water.
They're not full of water. We like to keep it that way.
Among other things. Yeah, I agree, and I'm really, really sorry about this. It won't happen again. I just want to do whatever I can to make it right with you guys, and before I go and handle this with her.
You know, I'm supposed to document all these types of events that occur when we're on tasks for the Emerald Blades.
I do, I know that.
Just this once, because you seem like a reasonable person
I try.
who is good-hearted and kind-hearted instead of whatever nonsense attitude she has.
Oh, yeah, I agree with you on that.
You owe me.
Your name?
What's his name?
Oh, man.
I love this.
His name is gonna be... Well, you took my Reginald. I love that name for stuff.
You gave it to her.
I did.
His name could also be Reginald.
His name will be Wilbur Hufflestank.
Wilbur Hufflestank.
I want to make sure that I write that down.
Great. I'm going to have to stop asking you guys. My name is Wilbur Hufflestank.
I owe you one.
Get her off my boat.
Done deal.
I'm already off the boat.
Absolutely.
Just like
And
dives off
as
the
I
boat.
as I leave the boat, Iona!
I just walk down the path.
Come here. Come here. Your ass owes me
How much?
a lot more than you can afford, because they were going to haul your ass into prison for what you did.
That's not what I heard.
Yeah, you don't want to. You want them documenting the fact that you, who are a known associate of the Emerald Blades, came, attacked Emerald Blades on Emerald Blades property. He thinks you tried to hit him with the javelin. That would have gone down in the record. You want to deal with that when we get back to Commonwealth?
Sounds like a misunderstanding, but not really.
Yeah, you're
So
welcome.
what do you want?
You're welcome. What I want? You owe me. That's all. I owe him, so now you owe me. This isn't an agreement. This is how it is.
I will not kill anyone for you.
That's something I'd ask you to do. You owe me.
And we're gonna set a cap. Is this a monetary thing?
No. This is a Godfather, someday I will come to you and require a favor, and you will do it. It won't be killing anybody, that I can guarantee you.
And it's not monetary.
No, I don't want your mushrooms.
I won't give you any title.
I don't care. You owe
So Iona.
me.
I owe you a favor.
Yeah, and when I tell you what it is, you do it.
I won't humiliate myself doing
I
anything.
won't ask you to do anything like that.
Zone of truth.
I won't ask you to do anything like that.
You're out of spell slots for the day.
Oh, that's probably also true.
Am I?
It's the second best to win the
I don't have it myself, but still. You will. You owe me.
Okay.
And we'll find out what nonsense this leads to next time on the Bard's Tale.
Wow.
Just let me kick stuff off the boat.